look at that. Gotta wall this up. Serious food gathering. Yeah. There you go. That's a villager kill right there. Look at these gonzos putting in work. I've got a good feeling we can survive this. Yeah, what we've got going on is great. We're getting into the rice fields here. We really want in. What a great idea. Hey, welcome back, everyone. Glad you're tuning back in. Just having a little race with my opponent's scout there, trying to grab up all these deer. The map is Altai. It's a 2v2. Altai is the map with the sort of mountain ranges. If you look in the lower right on the mini-map, there's kind of a mountain range that cuts this way, another mountain range that cuts this way. So you can either go this central path through this sacred site to attack your opponents, or you can take these little side paths that our scouts are actually exploring right now on the mini-map. I'm playing as the English here. I've got my ally Crispy Duck playing as the Ottomans. And I think that's a Conqueror dragon statue from season 2. Wow, very cool. Actually, that might be season 1. But really cool to see a Conqueror ally. And I should say that I am the low rank on this match. It's a 2v2. Both of our opponents are diamond. Crispy Duck is diamond. I'm the only platinum in this game. That said, I'm pretty high ranked as platinum, and I think these were all diamond 1 players, so I'm hoping the skill gap isn't too big, but yeah, no promises there. Spotting some lumber being gathered on the back end here by the English opponent, and I've decided I'm going to go aggressive, but not too aggressive. The game plan here is light pressure and then get my second town center on the back of it. That said, we're seeing kind of the same thing from our English opponent, except he's just straight up rushing for a second town center. My Ottoman ally, it's a good civ to be paired with when you want to go aggressive, but yeah, we'll see what he decides to send to the front. It looks like he's trying to get Spahi out. And let's take notes from this Ottoman player, because we have been wanting to play Ottomans recently. It looks like he just kind of trickles in the stone, makes that second military school when he can, and yeah, straight to Spahi. And I think that's the right move, because we are up against an English opponent who is currently making longbowmen to kind of thwart off my attack here. So I'm going to take my units. We're going to go kind of the long way around, see if we can't slip past the town center. Because we really want to deny it going down on these deer. And we're nowhere near our Chinese opponent's base, because the Barbican of the Sun is such a good defensive structure. Oh, he retreats the villagers in. Almost gets the scout. Oh my gosh, that was close. We'll just hold position there. Now we're seeing longbowmen come forward. The problem is I don't have enough longbowmen to fight back. Plus he's got the network of castles enhancement. So we're probably just going to try and trade as effectively as we can by targeting down longbowmen or focusing on villagers. Because every villager kill here is really important. Yeah, I would love to get. All right, that's 1 villager kill. We're going to see if we can't get more. Unfortunately, this longbowman is just attacking this mining camp. But this Spahi is doing so well here. Nice, using the fortitude ability. It's so effective versus the longbowman, but opponent wisely cycling injured villagers out, gets the second town center down, and now there's not much we can do here. We're going to retreat and rally to this stealth site, the stealth forest, and we're just going to hang out here. Ottoman archers come around, and we get the jump on these longbowmen. Helps us really swing the battle here. And of course, Spahi shows up. Such a good unit versus these archers. Really, my opponent's unit composition is perfect. It's just Spahi and archers. I love the decision here. Wow, getting more production down. Really going aggressive on lumber. Look at that. He's getting he's getting the lumber gathering upgrade, double broadaxe, while putting down a second lumber camp. He's really going to gather up wood. And I think it's a smart decision. it's not a terrible idea to be aggressive as the Ottomans. I'm never going to complain if my ally does that. And look at how smart he is. Just like me, we're moving all the way to as close to the villagers as we can before we attack. Just waiting to see if the opponents notice. That's 2 villager kills, 3. Would love to get a 4th. Looks like instead we'll go for this. That's the 4th villager. Losing only a few units there. Really not awful. I mean, the English town center, you can see it snipes things quickly, but we got a few villagers there. That's 4 villager kills. Cycling back around, English opponents probably going to put their new wood line here, a little closer to their town center. We're just kind of regathering our troops, but I actually don't have any troops. I didn't really... I was really only here to do light pressure, but my ally is really... He's burning the gas. He wants to put on pressure. I think we'll probably see siege engineering come soon, because he was like, I'm gonna build rams right here. Rally your troops here, and I'll build rams, and we'll take out the second town center. I communicated to him, hey, I was just putting on light pressure. I already have my second town center. You're gonna have to give me some time. I'll support you how I can. And he was like, it's okay. I'm just gonna go for it anyway. Which, I'm not going to complain. He's in a good position to do so. He has the archers and the horsemen to do it. Those are the units you want when you're going to put on a ram push. On the back end here, some straggling longbowmen and a scout. We're finding a Chinese villager building walls. Hopefully we can target him down and get the kill. It's only 2 longbowmen, but we'll see. He's probably going to react. Let's see. Come on, can we get this kill? I mean, this Chinese opponent isn't really feeling any pressure, so yeah, he noticed. He pulled. Over here, I'm going to get a few torches thrown at my barracks from this scout. And we're seeing some Zhugnu coming from the Chinese opponent, Frekdox. And yeah, more. They're all at the front of my base. I'm suddenly being attacked by Zhugnu. Spearmen are not going to cut it. We need man-at-arms, which thankfully we got an upgrade for them. And we need longbowmen, so yeah, I'm just going to rally at my base, pull our units away from lumber. We don't need wood right now, forget it. We'll just gather up all this food aggressively. But unfortunately, we are going to lose our villagers here. That said, over here, things are looking promising for my ally. This is a lot of Spahi. We're still not seeing any spearmen coming from the English opponent. That means he's not going to be killing these battering rams all that easily. And this is the secondary town center, so the hit points are a lot lower. You can see how fast it's going. However, I'm pinging my ally and saying, your base, just as a heads up, there's a big bunch of Zhugnu in your base. So he loses, 7 villagers there. I mean, these Zhugnu just shred villagers, so I'm going to rally units to try and take care of this mass. But we get the win over here, and look at these villagers going down. The archers are picking up huge kills here. That's so many English villagers going down. If at any point he was producing villagers from this town center, I feel like we have offset that advantage for sure. Take a look at income. Nasun's still gathering, but no gold coming in. So maybe we have equalized things. Maybe we've just kind of put him back at square one. But let's see. I'm going to put emplacements on this outpost, and we'll eventually get the fortification for this. But yeah, fighting underneath my outpost is going to be a great idea since I can retreat my units inside of it. We get the network of castles enhancement when we fight under it, and we are eventually going to put emplacements on it. So it'll be a good staging point. It's always good to have a staging point when you are putting pressure on an opponent. Yep, there we go. We get the emplacement. They're going to have to back away. They need rams. Rams or a lot of spearmen. Looks like here's the last of those Zhugnu. You can see they got the +1 upgrade from the barracks. Smart move from the Chinese opponent. But they're cleaned up. So, quick stock take. My ally did lose about 7 villagers in that Zhugnu attack. Opponent, the opposing English player, had a second town center up for a little bit, did produce villagers, but then we knocked it down. So he lost all the resources for this town center. We have retained the rams. The rams never died, so that's good. And we did kill 7 villagers. So I think we're ahead. The problem is the Chinese opponent is is untouched, though they did produce units. So the Chinese opponent is not just going to be able to go straight to Castle Age and just flood us with Palace Guards. That's probably going to come a little later. He's definitely delayed. My ally decides, let's keep putting on the pressure. Maybe we can take out the Council Hall. Not a terrible idea. Only the horsemen can really deal with these battering rams, so why not just engage his horsemen underneath my outpost? Smart move there. I'm getting up my Castle Age landmark. I'm going to go for the King's Palace. Feeling pretty good that I haven't seen anyone else go Castle Age, and right as I think that, the Chinese opponent Frekdok makes it to the Castle Age. We did accidentally overgather stone, so we're going to wall up over here. Though there is a little gap here, it'll be nice to close this off and then maybe start to close this area off with towers and walls. Here come villagers. It's the only unit he really has that can burn down these battering rams, but he immediately has to retreat the moment these archers come forward, and now all the English units are dead. This council hall is going down. But on the back side, these Jugnu are starting to take out all these reinforcing units. But the Spahi are on top of them. The Spahi are really good against Jugnu. I've got really tanky man-at-arms. And the archers are finally engaging. And now I'm over here gathering up my units, and I notice all these villagers attacking the rams. And I'm like, oh gosh, I hope my ally notices. I'm just going to attack them. Good thing my tower's attacking. And then all the archers just turn onto all these villagers. I'm just typing in the chat like, yes, nice, nice, nice. This is so good. Like, we're getting huge wins here. So that was so many villagers. Easily 5 or 6. I'm also doing small pressure with these units. We're going after the Chinese opponent. We find a granary with farms all around, but opponent's quick on the retreat. We'll just park our longbowmen here and send the man-at-arms elsewhere. Looking for villager kills. Continually sending a villager out to the front line is a good idea. If you find yourself without one on the front lines, send a few out, because you're really going to be thankful later on having villagers out on the map. Looks like opponent was trying to repair the council hall, but the rams are just going back in. This ram is still alive. Those villagers really were burning it down, but it just never got destroyed. And my ally's production, I mean, he can produce units whenever he wants, and he's getting he's getting Spahi and Maters for free. Just churning those out of his military schools. We're kind of bracing for a counterattack from the Chinese, and here it comes. It's a huge mass of palace guards. This would honestly be a really scary composition if there was a nest of bees on the backside of this that could shoot at these archers as they kind of retreat like this. Because truly all the Chinese player needs to do is shoo these units away from the battering rams and then attack them with his palace guards. Wise of my Ottoman ally to pull the rams. You can see the English villagers were coming forward. Problem is there's just a lot of shooting and scooting. These archers are getting a lot of damage in on the palace guards. And now that they're underneath my outpost, this outpost, I mean, it's punching for 10 damage. That's really going to help get through the high armor of these palace guards. Plus, my veteran longbowmen have shown up, along with Castle Age man-at-arms. These are very strong units. We can take on these palace guards, and now they're all gone. Really would love to just see some more Spahi up here. More of my units, at the very least, would be great. But yeah, my ally, he's kept these battering rams alive for so long. I wish he'd send a villager out to build walls, outposts, and to maybe repair the battering rams. We didn't kill any villagers back here, but we did burn down either a house or maybe, I think it was a lumber camp. But now we're on to the final landmark of our English opponent. And what can he really do? Oh, losing all of these villagers. Wow. That was pretty much it right there. Very painful. So now you can see income is just going to plummet for our English opponent. And I think we've got this in the bag. I mean, I'm sitting on 3 town centers. I'm just having to deal with the occasional Jugnu out on the map. And my production is only going to go up and up from here. So yeah. Felt pretty good about this. I think keeping these Rams alive and the commitment that my ally had to the feudal age was really good. I mean, he's just making it to the castle age now. But I just like how I went with light pressure and then I backed off to make a second town center. And my ally was like, well, I'm about to push it even further. We're going to do a ram rush on this guy. The Chinese ally either needs to help or will either help and it'll slow down the Chinese ability to boom, or they're just going to not help and this English player is going to die. And every time I was able to contribute a few longbowmen, it felt good, a few man-at-arms, a few spearmen, and really this outpost it was just really helpful. And now I'm finally getting to contribute all these siege units. These villagers are just on the front lines getting mowed down. There's not much that our opponents can do about these veteran archers. So yeah, I like the decision making from my ally to commit. It's something I have difficulty doing with ram rushes. I rarely end games by just like building a bunch of rams and destroying every building. But he's showing me that the Ottomans are good at committing to some feudal age pressure. And I think he had the confidence to do it because I had communicated like, hey, I'm already at 2 town centers and I'm going to be getting the King's Palace when I age up to the castle age. So I'm booming. If you want to put on pressure, you should. We'll see if the Chinese ally can boom and defend at the same time. Yeah, props to Crispy Duck. Learned a lot about the Ottomans from watching this. Really glad to see all this production centered around the blacksmith. The early military schools, they pay off when you go late feudal. That's for sure. Yeah, even switched immediately the Mehmed Imperial Armory over to trebuchets. He knows that pretty much just needs to floor all these buildings and we win. Overall, I was happy with my gameplay. Hotkeys were all set. We were kind of looking for Imperial Age eventually. Just needed to keep converting my wood. You can see I got a huge excess of it. But it looks like we're really starting to gather up food from our farms. And yeah, that's looking really good. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the game. We'll get some more like that in the future. And I'll catch you there for them.